Good afternoon, all. Time is now 4:21. The date is January 10th, 2025. Welcome to the special meeting of the Los Angeles Unified School District Board of Education, including one closed session item. I'm going to go ahead and take roll. Ms. Newbill.
Present.
Dr. Rivas.
Present.
Mr. Melvoin.
Here.
Ms. Griego.
Here.
Ms. Gomez. Ms. Ortiz-Franklin.
Present.
All right. And Board President Schmerelson.
Present.
Okay, we have 6 of 7. That's a quorum. I'm going to go ahead and read the purpose and authority for the miscellaneous business we're going to hear in closed session, and then after that, we will hear from our public speakers, both in the room and remotely. And I see Ms. Gomez has just joined us, so give me one moment to promote her to panelist, and we will take roll when she's here on camera. Okay, well, shortly. There is one item to be heard in closed session today, and there is only one item upon which we will be taking public comment that is relevant directly to that item, and that is under miscellaneous business, one threat to personnel, services, or facilities pursuant to Government Code Section 54957 with consultation with emergency operations personnel. And we have, I see Ms. Gomez with us. Can I take the roll for you, Ms. Gomez?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Ms. Gomez is here. All right, we have a full slate of public speakers. I want to remind everybody that the public comment portion is to be limited to the special item that we're hearing. It's not general public comment relevant to any business on the district. So Deanna Guillen, I think I see you're out there. Come on up. Ms. Guillen, you have 2 minutes to speak once you begin. Ms. Guillen is going to speak in Spanish, so if you'd like to hear what she's saying in English, please put your hands up and we will get you some headsets so you can experience simultaneous translation. Okay, listos. Gracias.
Buenas tardes, miembros del board.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Come to represent the parent network for school safety. Right now, we parents are very concerned due to the decisions that you're going to be making today. We know that, and we give our condolences to all of our families that have been affected by the fires that have been happening all over the city, but we also want you to make decisions that are conscious, that not all areas have been affected in the same way, and that you cannot make some decisions for the east, for the north, for the south, because there's many students that do need to be in schools. We know that there are parents that are concerned because their students have asthma, but this will happen across the city and all are affected our health in one way or the other. We know that the district has filters. We know that with COVID, you made certain changes so that there would be filters. But at home, we don't have filters. Unfortunately, people who are low income, it's so difficult to have a oxygen filter at home. So we ask that you make decisions that are according to the need of the community, not what you think so, because we need for our students to continue with their education, and that this makes them stronger in thinking that tragedies happen. And we saw that the city also took away funds from the firefighters. So that is an example, and I want you to see it, that when a tragedy happens, it's then when we see the need. And so right now, as a parent network, we have asked for school police to return, and you have not done any change to put more money so that we have more police. We are low on school police, and this is a service that is needed. Let it not happen. The same thing as the firefighters right now, that there is a tragedy now. They didn't have the necessary components so that they could go and help rescue people. That is an example that you must see, that police is needed as well, and do not wait until there's shooting in schools so that you can make the take the necessary actions.
All right. Brett Mitchell, are you here? Brett Mitchell? Brett Mitchell is not here. Aaron Emanuel? Aaron Emanuel, are you here? Okay, we'll call the folks who listed themselves as being remote, but if they're in the room, they can certainly come on up. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. David Tokovsky. Come on up, there you are. Come on up, Mr. Tokovsky. You'll have 2 minutes to speak once you begin.
Thank you. I want to again tell the board that the public materials for Tuesday's meeting were just put out within the last hour. Most of you know that those materials were over a week ago in your hands, and it is, the law allows the 72-hour rule, but that's the last moment. It really serves public discourse for this meeting and on these topics to have that material out earlier. I'm speaking today on your hopeful continued declaration. This is not working, Mr. McLean. To the safety of the facilities and the students, asthma and also the fire damages that continue to wreck the school system. It is important to build back the safety infrastructure of this district, starting with the police as a safety. Those of you who know what they've been doing, 12-hour shifts, of course, it's now billable to FEMA, so those who complain about it being billable to the district budget will know that we can build both in building and safety personnel and the principals need to be engaged in saving our schools, providing, just like we did in tremendous service as we do in times of crisis in LA Unified, from food to health, and now to the horrible instances, to all the tragic loss to the families who work in this district, who live in this district, to help with insurance, to help with the government regulations, and to provide that communication in multiple languages as we always do successfully. And finally, I would like to make sure that you know that not only the state revenue based on emergency, but hopefully you're getting or got last week the list of the new revenues that the governor has put into the budget at the state level, as well as the efforts on immigration law and the continued support of community schools and green schools, that you do not have a thorough presentation in your government relations materials for Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Maria Daisy Ortiz, come on up. You'll have 2 minutes to speak once you begin. Ms. Ortiz is going to speak in Spanish, so if you'd like to hear what she's going to say in English, please put up your hands and we'll get these translation headsets to you.
¿Estamos listos? ¿Sí?
Ya listos, gracias.
Bueno. Buenas tardes a
Good
todos.
afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Daisy Ortiz, and first of all, as a mother and member of the community, we are united, or we are in unison with the loss of life that have been due to these problems with fires, and also those people that have lost their homes. But also, we are here as parents who are concerned about the decisions that you might take abruptly without first considering the interest of our children, that is the academic. Just like the speaker before me, Ms. Guillen, not all areas have been affected, and I think that what we need to do is to relocate those schools that have been affected so that students can continue receiving their learning, the instruction. Most of all, our students that are in 12th grade, because they need to continue so that they are able to finish their year strong, because right now we have learned after the pandemic and we cannot make decisions just thinking maybe in adult agendas and not the agenda of the students. And not all of us, our students, are alone, or as my partner have said, some of our homes do not have air purifiers, and the students will get sick because in home they're not going to be just indoors. So it's better if they're in instruction and to relocate those students that maybe of those schools that have been affected, because we have a problem where our schools are empty and it's time to relocate but not to make cuts. And so I think that we can do more if we start to see that every single one of us can have input and help in these difficult moments, and we have to remain united by developing and serving all so that we can make an impact on the world. Thank you, and I hope that you consider that students are a priority, just like safety. Let's learn from our mistakes so that we don't make them again, because to cry will not return the loss of life. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. All right, Tina Butler, are you in the room? You listed up as speaking remotely, but I'm calling to see if you're in the room, not here. Nerita Lopez, are you here? Omar Joseph, are you here? These folks are not appearing online either. Danielle Lohr, and Steve Rodriguez. These are folks who signed up to speak remotely, but I'm calling to see if they're in the room, and they are not in the room. Okay, that concludes public comment on this item. The board is now going to recess into closed session. It is 4:32 p.m. on January 10th. Welcome back. The time is now 7:17. I'm going to take roll. Ms. Newbill.
Present.
Dr. Rivas.
Present.
Mr. Melvoin.
Here.
Ms. Griego. Ms. Gomez.
Here.
Ms. Gomez is here. Ms. Ortiz-Franklin and Board President Schmerlson.
Present.
Okay, we have a quorum. I'll note that the superintendent also was in the closed session. I have nothing to report out. The time is now 7:18, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.